Powering up essential systems. Booting root C/audio logs. Reviewing previous data cells. Repairing audio files.
So, 1984 it was an old world novel actually. It's kind of wet and snowy.
Are we meeting with someone? Like,
Yeah, I'm ready to leave.
I think this time we're good with the cars we've got. Thank you so much for that Corolla last time.
It's kind of like comparing Amazon to Etsy, you know. So this time when the door opens, and the person who walks in is Buck.
Oh.
But we heard they've been working on building a railgun.
Ho ho. If you want my help with it, we're going to need to come up with some sort of secondary agreement. And he couldn't be prouder of his, sickly dark green, like 4x4.
Want two walkie-talkies.
So I'm going to say that's actually going to make it harder.
I could tell she was not happy that you brought other people.
This trip is going to take you a grand total of 2 days.
Because apparently New Pittsburgh is at war.
They're at war with
something.
everyone.
I like to think that we built a small fire or something.
In my scrounging, I at one point found a huge bag of M&Ms, so that's what I eat.
Only M&Ms?
Yep. I offered a
nutritional
trade,
value.
though.
So yeah, I guess he doesn't really have any advice because he hasn't driven too much in his life.
See, I as a player know that we're going to be driving through the Crimson Cobras area, but Bravo doesn't know that.
I see, and honestly, this area is constantly changing, so keeping tabs on it in the in the game world is kind of a pain in the butt.
I think he just reminds you to keep your weapon ready.
We haven't seen anybody as we've gone. Has there been any
nothing yet? You've seen some
people
animals occasionally.
Ooh, okay. But it's pretty desolate as far as people go out in the wild.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, even in our current world, eastern Pennsylvania is not super populated, or at least parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm driving, can I roll a keep an eye out?
Would you be so kind as to tell me where I could find that and read it personally?
It's under tactical and support moves.
Okay.
Just under stand overwatch. And it says, when you keep an eye out for what's coming, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, hold 3. On a 7 to 9, hold 2. And on a miss, hold 1. During the battle, spend your hold 1 for 1 to ask the MC what's coming. So the options are direct a PC's ally attention to the enemy. If they make a battle move against that enemy, they get a +1 choice to their move. Give a PC ally an order, instruction, or suggestion. If they do it, they get +1 to any rolls they make in the effort, and direct an ally's attention to an enemy. If they attack that enemy, they inflict +1 harm. And then the last one is direct an ally's attention to danger. They take -1 harm from that danger.
Okay. Are you in shotgun or are you driving?
I'm driving. That's why I'm asking.
You're driving?
If I can, yeah.
I think your attention is devoted to driving because the road is practically non-existent. It's more like weaving between good patches than it is following the highway.
Okay.
And so I think your attention is it has to be too focused on the road for you to be able to do this.
And I'm taking a light morning nap.
Okay.
His full sleep.
Ooh.
So as you're driving through, you get to that place where you need to start looking out. You're at the place where last we understood, this was the territory of the Crimson Cobras. Rex, you and Gregor have had dealings with these folk before. They can be kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. As you enter this area, you notice that the landscape it is mostly the same, but there start to be areas that look kind of like nests or outcroppings where people could be. And at one point, as you're driving through, you see on the top of a hill 2 figures astride motorcycles.
Hopefully they're scared of us and they go away, but I make sure that I have my rifle and my pistol close just in case.
While you're driving.
Yeah.
Yep. And basically at the same time as you see them, you hear this loud roar as the motorcycles kick to life, and they turn around and just scream off, and you hear the roaring fade into the distance.
Rex sleeping like a baby still.
Through the radio, I just say, "Yeah, they better run."
Hopefully they don't come back with more.
Ooh, yeah, let's go fast.
We go a little bit faster.
Okay. The two of you that are driving, could you do something under fire for me? Could you roll for that? I think.
No.
You're pushing your vehicles in this terrain. So we need to see how well you do that.
Well, I'm glad I get to use weird for it, because I rolled a 4, but I have +3.
Whoo!
I rolled a 9, so I got an 8.
There you go.
Oh, you have a -1. Oh.
I have a -1 to cool.
Oh.
This is why every time I have rolled a critical failure on doing something under fire twice. So I roll a 1. I get a 1 on those. It's real bad. So this is happy day for Dice.
Wow, good job.
She's a great driver.
So what happens is you decide you put over the radio. You know, it's like,
we should go faster.
And however it ends up going, you are able to do that. It takes a little bit, and it's sometimes it's a little dicey, but you are able to increase your general speed as you go, until at one point you see in the distance, it looks as if someone has toppled something in the road that you're traveling. You see this well in advance, but it is clear that the road has been blocked.
Okay, start slowing down, and I'll radio.
Probably wake up Rex. I think we're gonna need him.
I think you're right. Also, we're gonna be coming to a stop. There's a block in the road. Over.
Do I,
Okay, you can talk without your hands, and I can do this. I can do the radio voice in post if we want.
Okay. You might want to wake up Rex.
I was just about to jostle him awake. But there's something up ahead, so we're gonna be slowing down.
Ooh, I think I'm ready to listen to some opera music.
You know, that doesn't sound too bad.
I'm gonna smack Rex.
You smack him?
No. I'll jostle him awake.
No, you smack Rex.
Such good bedside manner over here.
Oh, I'm so
More of like a wake up.
Rex wakes up with a snort and goes, "We there yet?
No.
Why are we slowing?"
So we got spotted by some dudes on motorcycles. And now there's something blocking our path in the road.
Just go through it.
What does it look like the roadblock is? Is it like rocks, or is it like general debris?
So as you get closer to it, it's a mix of rubble. Like this is like sections of walls, couches, what looks like most of a tree that was felled and dragged here. Like this is clearly man-made.
And if I hit it with a vehicle, like Rex suggested.
Well, I mean, Rex is, still waking up a bit.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking it into consideration, but I just need, common sense. If I hit it with a car, is it a good or bad thing?
Well, so common sense dictates that hitting anything with a car is a bad idea. Now here's the thing. This is considered bad terrain, and so there's a move called dealing with bad terrain. When you have to deal with bad terrain, roll plus cool, plus your vehicle's handling. On a 10 plus, you fly through untouched. On a 7 to 9, you choose 1. On a miss, I choose 1. The others are impossible.
I'm gonna take the, we're not gonna do it just because we have a second vehicle. So, just because I make the roll potentially doesn't mean the other vehicle does.
Also your
my
cool sucks.
And I don't have any
it would
handling.
clear a path for me.
I say only one vehicle is going to have to make this roll.
Oh, only one vehicle is gonna have to make
the one in the
this
lead
roll.
that smashes into it.
I'm just
if they
gonna
so choose to do that.
I'm gonna read a sitch real quick.
How much beauty sleep did Rex get?
Roll 1d6.
6.
Holy
Wow.
dude, you are out
Refreshed.
for a rock.
Refreshed and fully loaded.
You got all the beauty. Okay, I got a 6.
We'll say it's a -1, so it's fine. That way, if I rolled a 1, it could have been 0.
For my Rita Sitch, I got 6.
You got a 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bravo, as you read the situation, you're approaching this man-made wall. No decision has yet been made, and you hear the sound of motorcycles gaining on you in the distance.
Like from behind us?
Kind of from generally behind you, but from like all around.
Through the radio, I'm like, guys, we got incoming. Rex, grab Opera, get on the roof of that car.
Rex kind of stretches and he's got like a big smile on his face. He's like, now the dream starts. And he, so I guess I haven't specifically stated this, but I like to think that there's, I guess it's a sunroof, like the open top, right?
Like a moonroof?
I guess the thing where I can like pop out of the roof, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if it was built into the car naturally, it'd be a sunroof, or unless it was like a Jeep with like a shell or a hard top.
Jeep with a shell, just cut out a piece of the roof.
Basically, yeah. Something that he can just like slide off and pop out of. Yeah, that's exactly what he wants, so he can grab Opera and kind of pop out, holding his minigun, taking a look behind.
What am I doing? Am I slowing down or am I speeding up? I'm confused.
You need to make the decision, otherwise I'm going to make it for you real quick.
Do I go for it? I yelled that as Rex is getting up.
Nah, take a stop for a sec.
Alrighty. Good.
How rough is the ground off the road? Does it seem like I could drive around the barricade?
You definitely could if you wanted to. You could try. It is relatively rough, and I would make you definitely I would make you deal with bad terrain if you tried to do that. It would just be a different outcome.
And what's the roll for deal with bad terrain?
So the roll for deal with bad terrain is cool plus your vehicle's handling.
Oh, plus the vehicle handling.
Yeah, so like if Bravo rolled it, it'd be your roll plus cool plus, what is the van's handling? 1 or something? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, we have plus 1 handling on ours, so it would undo the cool.
Oh, so it'd just be a straight rule.
My van does not have plus 1 handling.
Yeah, but we're only making the roll once.
Yeah.
You're only making the roll once if you choose to smash through the barrier. If you choose to pick your way around the barrier, both vehicles will have to make the roll because both of them are dealing with the terrain.
Nah, Rex doesn't want to stop. Why did I say that?
Yeah, I was like, why did
Rex tells you to blast through.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go deal with bad terrain through the barrier.
Okay.
Whether it turns out terrible or good, I think Rex is going to be happy with either outcome.
All right.
Unless you completely total the vehicle.
7.
Okay.
Wait, is that a natural 7? Did you add your minus
natural
1?
7. Minus 1, but
is 1, so it's a plus 1.
The vehicle handling is 1, so they cancel out.
So it's a flat 7.
Okay, so you get to pick one from the that list. You want, if you wish, I will read you the list.
I have it. I think we'll go with the you slow down and pick your way forward, because that keeps us moving and gives a path for the van behind.
Okay, yeah. So what you do is you as you're going, you're just trundling down. You're speeding up. You've been speeding up because that was your plan. This whole as you're going was to make room for this going. And you're going. You're screaming to the mic. You want me to smash it? You want me to smash it? And they just go through it. You slam on the brakes to slow down enough to the point where you don't skid to a stop, but you're skidding a little bit. And you do find you're able to pick your way through the barrier. There's a couple of areas, especially like they didn't do a super great job on like the left side blocking it. It was mostly just kind of an intimidation factor or something. So you are able to pick your way, and doing so shows Bravo the way. But you had to slow down to do it. And the sound that was once a distant gaining on you thing of choppers is now 6 motorbikes, all with armored riders wearing the dominant color is red. They are now in sight and barreling towards you.
Oh
okay.
no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
All of the vehicle maneuvers are cool rolls.
Did I tell you to highlight cool?
No.
Oh.
So, I also have a cool -1, which is replaced when I'm doing something under fire, standing overwatch, or baiting a trap. Not when I'm doing vehicle maneuvers.
Yeah, but this is still awesome.
So we both have cool -1. Anyway, My immediate aim right now is I need to get out of the way of being in between Opera and the motorcycles. So
That is true. You're behind Reptile.
are they all the way through the barricade? Like, can I get through the barricade and
Yes. So both of you are on the other side of the barricade. That is fine.
then I try to get not behind Reptile. Also, as
Yeah,
I drive through
I
the
gotta-
barricade, you said there was like some old like couches and stuff. I look at that furniture and I'm like, mutants.
Yeah, I yell at Dice. I'm like, because I can see Bravo trying to like gain on us, and I yell at Dice, let Bravo pass us up so I can get a better shot.
Okay, so then after we get out of the barricade, I don't speed up at all. I just let him get ahead,
Sweet.
and then I'll slowly start picking up pace behind.
No, you quickly start picking up pace behind.
Quickly, I will then start picking up pace behind as soon as Bravo gets in front.
Really quick, so because this is a vehicle battle at this point. Could each of you? So I'm gonna ask in order. So first Bravo, then Rex. Could you tell me your vehicle's speed?
0.
Mine is also 0.
Okay. Handling,
+1.
0.
armor,
+1.
2.
Jeez.
massive.
2.
2.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what? So you're through the other side of the barrier. What are you doing?
Aiming.
Aiming. Okay.
Once I understand that Bravo is not in the way anymore, once it's like definitely clear, like he's to the side of us or he's like far enough to the left
Yeah.
or right,
I mean,
start shooting.
That'll take 3 seconds and a swerve on the steering wheel. So
I'm just holding out for an opportunity to start laying down Opera at this point.
yes.
They have a gang. We have a Rex.
I too count as a gang.
I say, yeah, the two of you are technically equally sized. You are equally matched.
And in the meantime, I am just relying on Rex to take care of him because I know my vehicle is slower. So I'm trying to focus on driving quickly and not on going off the road or hitting it.
It's not actually slower. We're the same speed.
Oh, really? Okay.
But those motorbikes are definitely faster than you.
Yeesh.
So
What does the road look like up ahead? Is there any sign of safety or a high point we could get to and have an advantage in the fight, or is there no point in trying to go quickly?
you could definitely look for that. You'd have to read a sitch. First, though, we're going to resolve Rex's desire to blow the living crap out of everything behind them.
Good.
Rex, will you roll?
Hard.
Yes, it's going to be. Yeah, this is just seized by force. Let's make this clear. What do you desire to do?
Oh, I desire to play some sweet music. Yes, I'm going to basically be shooting at the one closest.
Okay, you're just going to try and kill him. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
You desire you desire to seize their life by force.
Yeah.
Because they're all funneling through the... Are they going to all funnel through the hole in the barricade?
I mean, like some of them are funneling through the hole. A couple others are able to maneuver their way on the exterior. It looks like this is an area that they know and are familiar with, almost as if they had prepped this trap.
I wish I had a motorbike.
Already cool. Go ahead and make that
hard.
roll.
Got it. 13.
Okay.
10 plus 3.
All right. So make your choices.
Okay. Choose 3. Terrible harm. Little harm. And impressed as may frighten. So the not take control.
Okay. Perfect. So cool. While you do that,
And I have leveled up.
Oh, sick. Yeah. No, don't worry. Right now I just need to look up the rules for gangs.
Gang on gang violence.
Well, yeah, because when a gang suffers harm is different than just shooting a singular person in the face.
Right.
Let's see. So for gangs, size 10 to 25 people means small. In this case, both of them are small. So you're even. Gangs inflict harm as established. As usual, they inflict harm equal to their own harm rating minus their enemy's armor. They suffer harm equal to that. Blah 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 blah. Cool. Okay. So the ones you chose, you're dealing massive harm, taking little, and frightening or dismaying your enemy.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the harm rating on Opera?
Opera is... Oh, I don't know how to read this because there's kind of 2 settings on it. 3 harm close / far area messy.
Yeah. So those are descriptor tags. So what it means is Opera is 3 harm.
Yes.
you can use it either close or far.
Far area, for sure.
Far area. Yeah, so if
Far area messy.
Yeah, far area messy in this case. So it basically, if you're using it over a distance, you have no accuracy whatsoever. But this is fine for this. Okay, so 3 harm, far area, messy.
Yes, and then +1 because of the setting that I chose, the terrible harm, and then also +1 because blood crazed.
Yeah, okay, so you deal 5 right off the bat. Good heavens.
So
Good night. Okay, so
they take harm as an entire gang, right? It's
Yes.
not like each one of their armor applies.
yes, because this is gang on gang violence. So Rex, tell me if this is incorrect, but this is exactly how I see it. So, Dice weaves through the barrier. Bravo's able to follow after, and right after you get out, you punch it. You lay it on the floor. So you speed up. You're looking out the back windshield, and you see these motorbikes. Some of them were jumping off of ramps that were built in that only a motorcycle could fit. It's pretty rad. They're sick looking. This is freaking
awesome.
epic. And they make it through. And what happens is this hatch flips open at the top, and we see the barrel of this gun come up and then flop down as Rex is holding it, and then just laser beams lays into all these people. So your gun does 5 because of the settings you've chosen and whatnot. They have 1 armor, so they're going to reduce it to 4. So you take this and you just blast through a bunch of them. Originally there were 6. There are now really only there's 3 of them immediately die. You hit, you see blood, mist and spurt out of things. One of them explodes.
They become crimson.
They become very crimson, and some of them become crispy as well.
I'd like to imagine someone's bike blows up.
Oh, absolutely. You hit the gas tank or something. The one guy with like a desert tank or whatever just goes up in this huge mushroom plume of the smoke and fire. One guy just gets riddled. He doesn't fall off his bike, but he is knocking on death's door. The 3 of them that do somehow miraculously manage to survive this encounter, they pull shotguns or pistols out of holsters attached to the bike, and they fire back at you. So you're going to take so you would have taken 3 harm, but from what you chose, it's reduced to 2, and then you have 2 armor, right?
Yep.
You freaking dude! I'm gonna have to literally throw things at you to hurt you.
I'm sorry. I'm built for combat.
And then Godzilla walks over.
Yeah. Nuclear beams you. Anyways, okay, so they fire at you. Some of it ricochets off of your armor. Your vehicle takes a good brunt of it. You do this and you finish your spray, and you see one of them rubs the dirt and grime off of their goggles, and they scream something, and you swear that this person, this woman is screaming Rex. So that happened. Bravo. After swerving off to the side, what are you gonna do?
My plan was to roll down the window so I could provide support fire. I'm not sure though if I just stare in awe at the scene of destruction. I guess I'll do support fire too. I don't know if he needs it. Yeah, I'm gonna lay down fire.
Can I react after someone yells Rex?
Sure, absolutely. As long as that reaction isn't shooting them again, because we're gonna distribute actions a little bit. Was your desired reaction to shoot them?
No.
Okay, then what are you doing?
If someone yells Rex, I'm like, how do you know my name? Who are you?
This person, they pull their goggle and bandana or whatever, they pull them down, and this woman who's just flooring on the bike, hair streaming behind her. This is someone you recognize, Rex.
Yeah.
This is Amy.
Oh.
Hello, lovely listeners. This is Aaron. out of character for a very special announcement. We are about to start recording a second campaign. This one is whole new setting, whole new characters, new genre, new role-playing system, and a couple new voices that you haven't heard before. It's called Spacing Out, and I will be the game master. Imagine a kind of Stranger Things meets Interstellar kind of story. So the teens of small town Aberfield, California are about to get themselves entangled in a mystery that stretches beyond the edge of this galaxy. I'm super excited. Hope you are too. And if you want to get your name in the show as an NPC, go ahead and just share something about us on social media, and I'll name a character after you. If you post on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag SpacingOutPod or hashtag DystropiaPod, I will name an NPC after you. Or if you want to post about it somewhere else, go for it. Just make sure I see it by tweeting it at Aaron Ignota. Just, I don't know, screenshot it and send me a direct message or something. But while you're there, give me a follow. I post about the show. I'm posting some cool art that Trent has been making that's custom to each episode, and I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of the show as a whole. And that being said, let's get back to the episode.
Thank you so much for all of those who have been listening to this podcast. If you would just be able to go and subscribe on whatever platform it is, or share, send us a review or a voice message even on Anchor, that would be wonderful. We love hearing from you, and we love to see your feedback, and we want to make sure that you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. That would be a true tragedy. So go ahead and do that. And I think that's everything. So we'll get back to the show now. So Bravo, what are you doing again?
Lay down fire.
Okay, so if you're gonna stick your head and hand out of a window while driving a car, I'm gonna make you deal with bad terrain before you are able to do that. Okay.
So I rolled. Should I have that roll count as the lay down fire roll or as the deal with bad terrain roll?
Let me check lay down fire, and are they both cool?
No, lay down fire is hard.
Okay, then re-roll for deal with bad terrain. It's a different modifier.
Okay.
We'll make it a different roll.
Okay. So I get to keep that 9 that I rolled for the lay down fire?
Sure, if you're able to make it through this one alive.
Okay, I got a... Dang it. 7 minus 1. 6. My car does not have handling.
That's right, your car doesn't have handling. Okay, so on a miss, the MC chooses one for you, and the others are impossible. Let me see, what one do I want? What one's most entertaining?
Also, side note, I just got to 5 XP. So I'm going to get the +1 cool so that I can stop having a minus modifier when I drive.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so what happens is you whip around to take a shot, and you roll down your window to do this. And what happens is, as you do that, your car just, it kind of, you don't stay on a straight course, and you kind of trundle off the road. There's not much off of the road. It's pretty open, but it leaves you very exposed. And it is bouncing and trundling. And in doing this, you hear something snap.
Oh no!
The car still seems to be functioning.
Okay, not the axle, hopefully.
Well, I mean, the car is still moving, so presumably not that.
Okay. Do I still get to roll for lay down fire, or was this too rough?
It's a failure. I think you try to, but like it's all you can do to hold onto the gun while this all happens. Dice, you just heard Rex obliterate a bunch of folks. You heard some weird muffled noise, and then you heard Rex go, "Oh no," or something along those.
After asking who it was and then seeing who it was, there is currently no response from Rex.
Okay, so you hear this like muffled noise, and Rex is oddly silent. There's no gunfire. There's no other shouting.
Is everything okay, Rex? Do I keep going? Hello?
I genuinely don't know what response Rex would have in this situation except for being completely and utterly stunned.
And then Bravo's vehicle is just...
Went off the road a little.
Are they still shooting?
No, so they're not shooting, but they're gaining on you. They've floored it, and so they are overtaking your vehicles. They're trying to move from a position behind the vehicles to alongside them. And if you do nothing, they will succeed in that. And that goes to everyone.
Okay, so then in my mind, because I'm not getting any response, I still hear motorcycles. They're getting louder. Bravo's off the road.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Let me see.
Stop the car.
Stop the car?
Stop.
Oh, I will stop the car. Why am I stopping the car? Rex.
Just stop. Pull over.
Okay. I'm gonna radio Bravo.
We're stopping.
Why?
Rex said to stop.
What's happening?
I have no idea.
I don't think Rex has the brain power to even read a sitch.
Alrighty. Okay. So is this like a hard stop, like slam on the brakes, or is this just like, I'm a good citizen, I will slowly pull over for the cops?
I am still skeptical, so it's a slowly, because I'm ready to, like, slowly letting off, like, as slow as I can possibly hit the brake. So just in case he says go again, I can go again.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So the two of you pull over. I think Bravo ends up in front of Reptile at this point, just with how he has to maneuver back onto the road, and the remaining three motorcycle people. They come up and they're alongside you. They all are armed with shotguns. They're not particularly pointed at anyone, but they are out of the holsters. The one that Rex recognized, Amy, dismounts her motorbike.
Rex pops below the sunroof and opens the door, not saying anything to Dice, so he can step outside.
I'm just gonna watch him get out of the car.
I finished rolling down the window. I aim my weapon. But I don't pull the trigger. I understand that Rex is doing something.
So Rex, you get out of the car and you see Amy. She's a little bit different than the last time you met her. Her hair's a different length. It looks like it's probably been dyed to be a bit more in line with the Crimson Cobra's color scheme. And she's kind of in shock. She's like, I never thought I'd see you again.
I never thought I'd see you again. What are you doing all the way up here?
And she says, I've built a new life. And she goes, why don't this is a bit ridiculous. Why don't we all let's all stand down. We can and she's like gesturing to her guys and looking at you, Bravo. It's like we can have a civilized conversation. Yeah. We don't need to point guns at each other the entire time.
No. Sorry about your friends back there.
She nods and goes, it's the heat of battle. It's tragic, and they will be missed, but we didn't know it was you, and you didn't know it was us. It was me, so what are we gonna do about it? So question, Bravo, do you stand down? Do you lower your gun?
Was he still in the car?
Yeah. The other two people besides Amy, what does it look like they're doing? Are they waiting for her command or something?
Oh, she did command them. She gave the order. They're lowering them. They haven't put them away yet because they're still eyeing you. They're wary.
Interesting.
Without looking back, Rex just kind of does like that thing where you flap your arm to get someone to stop.
I lower my weapon.
They'll stick their shotguns back in the holsters of their vehicles. They're still astride theirs. So
I drive back down to where the motorcycles crashed, and the two that didn't explode, I start to load them into the back of my van.
Do you know how heavy a motorcycle is?
I ask for help.
Rex is not helping. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a piece of paper and walks towards Amy. He's like, Amy, you know I can't read, and I never wanted to get anyone to read this for me.
Amy, she looks kind of like I just did. We're like the breath is kind of caught in her throat, and she she looks at you and she kind of, I guess, looks down at her feet a little ashamed. She goes, Rex, not here, not right now.
Oh, okay. He kind of just lowers his arm with the paper still in his hand.
It says she says we can, if you want, you can follow us back to our camp, and we can talk more there if you want to talk about that.
Is your camp far from here?
And she says no, it's really not. We don't stray too far from our fuel. Right.
Do you know anything about New Pittsburgh?
She looks at you a little quizzically and she goes, "Yeah, we know a little bit. Why are you interested in New Pittsburgh?"
Let's talk about it back at the camp.
And she nods and says, "Okay." And the normal kind of thing is like, just follow us. We'll lead you. We'll lead you there. I guess one of the other guys, Bravo, he will go and he'll help you load up the motorcycles into your van. And
oh, sweet.
I think he's hoping you'll take them back to their camp.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He might be hoping that, but these are mine now. These are the These are the property of Bravo Niner.
How cramped is the inside of Bravo's van?
It's extremely cramped now.
His entire workshop, his new brain scan helmet, all the fuel needed to make it there and back to New Pittsburgh, and now 2 motorcycles.
Yeah, it's extremely cramped.
Bravo, take the cramped disadvantage.
Seriously.
I would also see what I could scavenge off of the destroyed one, but there's just not room. I don't know how much they care about the bodies of their fallen, but if they want the bodies of their fallen to go back, they're going to have to go back in lizard or gator. Wait, reptile. That's what it's called. Lizards are the greatest.
Crocodile.
I was thinking about it, but I liked how reptile sounded. I liked how reptile.
Do they care about the bodies of the fallen? Do they want us to take?
I think they do. Yes, I think they do care about the bodies of their fallen.
If there's a second when I can talk to Dice without anybody else hearing, I'm just like, at one point I say to Dice, do we trust these people? I don't know if Rex is thinking clearly right now. Are we sure we want to go into this?
No. They were chasing us on motorcycle with barricades in the road.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening, but I guess
when we get there, park facing out.
On it.
And keep your pistol on you.
Always have that on.
As you drive towards their camp, it's about you drive for about a half hour, I'd say. You come up on this place, and it looks very mobile. This is not a permanent camp. It's like nomadic almost. Like they move around frequently, but you see about 30 or 40 other people in this camp. They're milling about, kind of doing their thing. The 3, Amy and the other 2, go and they park their bikes in a long row of other motorcycles, and the 2 of you are able to put your vehicles in that area as well.
Are they like tents or are they like teepees?
They're tents. They're not teepees. A lot of it looks like stuff that's been. Someone may have a teepee, but it's a lot of stuff scavenged from the camping section of Walmart or army surplus stores.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you pull up to this camp. Amy talks to a couple of people, and you are. I don't know if welcomed is the right word, but tolerated. You're not robbed or harassed in any way while you are here at this camp. What do y'all do?
Is Amy the leader?
Yes. So from what you can tell, Amy is the person in charge of this camp. You don't know if this is all of the Crimson Cobras. I don't think they've ever gotten a solid count, but this camp of what once was 36 and now 33 Crimson Cobras appears to be led by Amy.
Interesting. Well, when we park, I walk up to her and I say, "Hi, my name's Bravo 905 India 68 Kilo Whiskey Tree Zulu. What's your name?"
My name is Amy, or at least that's the name that Rex knew me by. These people here would you'll hear me called Vipra more often than not in this camp.
Vipera?
I mean, it's Crimson Cobra's thing. Got the snake theme going. It works pretty well, especially when you're striking fear into the hearts of sorry rich losers who decide to travel around.
Hey, I guess it's a crazy world.
Yeah.
Well, a friend of Rex is a person who's not gonna kill me, so it's great to meet you.
So, you're in charge of this camp here?
And Amy, she goes, yeah. Took a while to get this all put together, but we I think we got a good little system, a good little family down. This has been really helpful. There's a lot of people who just couldn't or didn't fit into a lot of places, and we got a place now.
It's not what I expected from you.
And she looks and she goes, what did you expect from me?
Well, I don't know. Kind of left me in the dark on a lot of stuff.
She gets that kind of like slightly ashamed look, and she goes, yeah, as much as I wished it could have been different, it kind of had to be that way.
I'm gonna cut in. How do you guys know each other?
Amy's my ex-girlfriend from New Orleans. We were living together for a short while.
I have to go fix my van.
Oh, I think I need to go help him. Yeah. Nice to meet you. She's gonna walk away.
Boy, no wonder you guys both have negative cool scores.
Hey, I have 0 now. Not negative.
She's not very personable.
And Bravo
Nice.
literally doesn't understand love.
What is love?
Please, somebody tell me. The concept's been erased from my home. Okay.
And Amy says, we can go and talk somewhere more private, and she walks over or leads you over to her tent.
Yeah, Rex follows, and he's got the paper out again. I don't know much about what happened. I knew you did something.
Amy goes, Rex, I had to. We can't. I couldn't let it go on any longer. We both know this wasn't that New Orleans was not a good situation for anyone.
It was a good situation for us.
Rex, there's more than just us. Okay? It was.
But you're all that mattered.
You can see she's like kind of biting her lip and thinking really hard. And she goes, Rex, you mattered to me a lot, and I couldn't let you get caught in the crossfire.
So what? You knocked me out and took everything away, and then left.
What would you have had me do? I could not. There was no way to stop this. It wasn't like I was the only one who was standing against these people, these freaking swamp whoever's that were making us all live in squalor and horror under their thing. Like, it wasn't just me. This was going to affect either way. You should be glad that I saved your sorry hide.
Saved?
You're not dead, are you?
Well, no, but what are you saying? You were gonna hurt me?
I was, dude. You were the personal hitman of the dictator. Did you think you were gonna make it out of a coup alive? Rex,
I mean, there wouldn't have been a coup if you hadn't knocked me out. I guess.
So we may not ever know the answer to that, but Rex, I'm sorry, but I thought it was the best way to help you out. And hey, look, you're here now. You're doing incredible things, I guess. I don't know. You're not dead.
Yeah, it's not as good as it was back in New Orleans, but I'm living in a place called New Eden. It's all right. Do some jobs for the leader there. Old habits die hard, I suppose.
I guess so.
Yeah. Mind if I grab the rest of the team? I don't want to talk about other stuff right now anymore. It's you know something about New Pittsburgh, you said?
Yeah, we do.
Let's talk a bit of business, so maybe you can help us out a little.
She nods.
I grab Bravo and Dice.
I have a question. Was that a condensed conversation, or was that was that real time? Because if it was literally only a minute, then don't have time to have fixed anything.
I mean, I think that was a pretty real time argument.
Okay.
Maybe a little condensed, but not like super
condensed.
like 5 minutes turned into, or 10 minutes turned into 2 minutes, something like that. We got the gist of a lot of the backstory across.
Show me the motorcycles.
Well, yeah. So my question is, is our van being watched?
I mean, it's not like under guard or surveillance, but there's enough people who are, a part of this place and milling about, and who are actively tending to like motorcycles, or repairing them, tuning them up, making sure they've got the proper amount of oil or whatever, that like your van it's not being watched, but it is in sight, and one of the more interesting things here because it's new.
Okay, cool. Never mind. I'll go in with them then. What am I called? I just when he calls me, I just open the hood and I just slam it down and hesitantly walk towards the tent where relationship people are talking about spooky relationship things. Ew.
And I'm gonna follow Bravo.
Well, we're not relationship people anymore.
Not relationship people anymore.
Yeah. So back in the tent. No, tell Amy. So you've met Bravo and Dice. I don't know if you've met Dice actually.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Anyway, we're on a bit of a mission from the city where we live to go into New Pittsburgh and mostly help destabilize that regime. Actually, maybe you know a thing or two about that.
She chuckles a little sheepishly and goes, "Yeah, it's something I'm used to doing."
Right.
Oh?
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about New Pittsburgh, because the
Hold
more
up.
information we have going into there, the better.
Something you're used to doing?
And she
Well,
it's a little bit of a long story. All got a past.
Interesting. Well, I love to hear it sometime. Are we planning on staying the night here? I look at the other two.
It might be. We'll see. Let's find out a bit first, and then talk about logistics.
Okay.
New Pittsburgh. What do you got, Amy?
So, Amy goes, well, once I had heard that there was another community that had started to model itself after New Orleans, for example, I obviously had to figure out what we could. I guess what do you already know about New Pittsburgh?
Probably some of the same stuff you do. You're familiar with 19 Eyes 4. Haven't lived in some of it, apparently. We may disagree, but I hear that it's pretty similar to that. There's a big overwatch. There's someone in charge, controlling everything, watching everyone, highly technologically advanced. And we need to go in there and destabilize that regime.
She nods and goes, "Yep, that's pretty basically right. They've walled off the center city. It's pretty hard to get close. There's only a couple of places that don't seem to be manned as heavily, but we don't. It seems to be on a kind of a rotation or the guard. They've got watchtowers scattered all over the wall, and it's pretty hard to get close. The rubble around the city provides some good cover, but it's not really enough to get all the way up in there. We've been able to figure out. They've been trying to communicate with other communities that are out there, and we've been able to intercept a couple of their letters. It seems that their leader, she's titled herself Vodka, Tara Green.
Vodka Tara Green.
Yes, we think
Interesting
vodka.
name.
We think vodka is the title that this New Pittsburgh has put their leader in.
Sounds fierce.
It does. It does
I
indeed.
do like vodka, but maybe not this one.
So,
Yeah.
Are they self-sufficient or do they trade?
They seem like they're pretty self-sufficient. But from the communications we've received, it seems like they do try to trade, but more with information than actual goods.
I see.
I say from what we understand, the man in charge of the defense of the city is someone named Tucson. We really don't know. We haven't been able to figure much about him. He doesn't write memos or send envoys very frequently. But
And do you know if there's a resistance movement?
I can only presume there is a society that's survived this long. It's impossible that they don't have people who are against what they're doing.
Apparently so.
If there's a big active one, we've seen neither hide nor hair of it, but I can only assume that there's some group of people in here who don't think this is the right way to do things.
You don't suppose that they have a determinator of their own, do you?
They might, Rex. They just might. We don't know who that person is, or if they even exist. But that person may well be Tucson, or Tucson, for all we know.
Right.
Do you know of any ways to get into the city? You had said there are some areas that aren't as heavily guarded. Do you know of any ways to get in either legally or, illegally?
She racks her brain for a minute. It takes about just as long as it coincidentally does for the MC to look at his map and pick a spot. She says there's a couple of places when they constructed the city, they built the wall before they destroyed the rest of the city. And so there's a couple of places where the rubble of the old city leans up against the walls, or even goes over it in some places. Now it's a two-edged sword. It's kind of dangerous. It's over on the eastern side of western. It's on the western side of the town. Obviously, these are places they watch very heavily, but ironically, the places they watch heavily are also the places that have the most cover and the easiest access if you're trying to get over the wall.
Right. That makes sense.
So the eastern end, the west.
Western end. They have a gate or like an entrance. It's a very heavily guarded entrance on the eastern side because they have to have some way to get heavier materials or scavenging crews in and out of the city. But
so break in through the west wall.
That would probably be the most productive way to go about it. If you can time it right so you are able to get in, that's going to be the easiest place to even especially once you're through the wall, slip into probably somewhere easy to hide. We think it's mostly residential on the western end of the city.
Right. I'm just realizing how bizarre it is that maybe I'm the one following your footsteps now. This is ridiculous.
I mean, Amy, if you're experienced, you want to come with us?
She sits there for a moment, thinks, and she looks back out towards the door of the tent. And she goes, "When I was in the society, when I was in New Orleans, it was important to me to fix it. That didn't go well. There's no longer a New Orleans."
Oh, that wasn't your plan.
That part definitely was not in my plans. And
what a relief. You didn't want to set the entire city on fire.
And she you can tell that she wants to snap back at that, but holds it in. And she says, "I've got people who depend on me now. I think we've got a good thing going here." And I'm
sure, yeah. Robbing travelers sounds like a great thing. Bring them along.
Bravo. I'm gonna say they're probably okay by themselves, I think.
Listen, Amy, we got this place called Eden. We don't need to leave New Pittsburgh in perfect condition because we have a place that people can go. That's this operation.
And how do we know that Eden's not just going to become the next New Orleans, the next New Pittsburgh once that dictator or whatever gets what they want?
Because they're the kind of people who hire people to destroy dystopias. I can't imagine they think it'd be a good idea to make one.
We'll see. What I do know is that my little tribe here, we watch out for each other. We're a family, and I can't let my family down. Not again.
Well, if you rob anybody blind and leave them with nothing but the shoes on their feet, tell them to walk east, head for a place called Eden.
Can you lay off a little bit, Bravo?
I mean, I could.
You could.
Stand up a little straighter. Just tell them to walk east.
I know you don't think I'm a good person, but you don't need to.
I know you're a good person. It's just good shows up in different ways sometimes.
All right. Well, is there anything else?
What time is it right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, could we?
I basically want to determine whether we want to stay here or get going.
In game, it's probably a little afternoon. This bombardment was in the the late morning.
Okay.
So,
Well, is it gonna?
you could make it to New Pittsburgh by dark if you really tried.
I think I look at the rest of the group. What do you say we well, I turn back to Amy for a moment. You mind if we get a couple of small supplies for the road?
She says, not at all. We'll see what we can spare if you're going to take out New Pittsburgh. It's what we can do to help with that effort. And she goes, if the two of you would excuse Rex and I think we
Yeah, I've got to fix my van.
Yeah, I think I need to go help him.
Cool. So after the two of you leave, Amy goes, Rex, I really wish you the best. I'm sorry that it had to end the way that it did last time.
It's all right. I get it. Thanks for helping us out.
She says, I knew you struggled with reading, but I didn't think that it was so bad you couldn't read the note that I left you.
That's why we always watch TV. Good times. And Rex leaves.
As Dice and I walked out of the tent, I'm just like, this guy seems like he's completely forgot the fact that like half an hour ago she was trying to kill us. If I ever catch love, can you just put me out of my misery?
You know what, Bravo? Yeah, love's the worst, honestly.
It's exactly what's wrong with this world.
I wouldn't go that far to say it's complicated.
I pop the hood and I'm like, okay, let's get our hands dirty.
Okay, so as you pop your hood and you look in your vehicle, you remember that sound of braking. What as you went off the road and struggled, and you're doing that visual inspection to see what's wrong with your vehicle. As you're going through, you know your vehicle well. The axles seem fine. It doesn't look like anything was dinged up too really horribly on the underside of the vehicle. But as you're looking through throughout the engine compartment and you're checking all that stuff, you start to see places where the metal has sheared. A lot of it is not completely torn, but it's in really rough shape. And you look at your vehicle and understand that if you can't get your hands on a welder of some kind, that one more good bump like that may well just disable your entire van.
Interesting. And does this place look like they would have a welder?
It doesn't. This camp, it looks like a place where they're, instead of welding, they're more likely to scavenge or go and look for a junkyard or whatnot to grab spare parts instead of a welder. It doesn't look like they have any way to generate electricity here anyways, so.
Okay. I'll just drive careful, I guess.
But yeah, is there anything that you all wish to do before you depart from the camp of the Crimson Cobras?
I know we're going to have to travel back through this area. I'm not stealing anything from their bikes.
Leave the bikes off.
Leave the bikes, yeah.
I mean, I didn't mention that I was planning it to the other two.
Oh, yeah.
Fair.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to get back in Rex's car.
Okay. You get back in Rex's car.
Rex is driving, but does not look happy.
Actually, Dice, you wanna drive the van? I'm gonna see if I can get these bikes working just in case.
They would have taken their bikes back.
No, I'm not giving them back. If you want to roleplay that out, we can.
You just said you weren't stealing anything.
We don't have time. Gosh dang it. We need a good wrap up.
I know. I was like, I'm a little stressed from the last driving situation that we just encountered.
I would negotiate down to me just keeping one of them.
Okay.
I'll say it's reparations for the damage incurred to the reptile. Except I wouldn't use the word reparations because Bravo.
Roll to seduce or manipulate, Bravo.
Six.
Okay, yeah. So they the person who you're talking to try and convince them to keep the bikes, they go back. How about we keep the bikes as reparation for you murdering 3 of our men?
Murdering? Okay. All right.
Bravo, just let it go.
Murdering.
I'll get you your own bike later.
Take your bikes.
We have 2 kind of angry people hopping into cars and one Dr. Dice riding shotgun with Rex as the trio of you pull out of the camp of the Crimson Cobras. We see Amy standing there at the flap of her tent as she watches you all trundle away, and as you begin to go out of sight, we fade to black.